hello, I haven't seen you. Just kidding, I just wanted to have the dumbest intro ever. As you have seen, today we're doing a Pat McGrath brand review. And since I currently do not own anything from her baseline, like the primer, foundation or concealer, I'm just currently applying this already to the face so that we can start with the eyeshadow directly. What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about Pat McGrath? I think I can speak for a lot of people when I say that it's eyeshadow. Because the motherships they're a part of makeup history of the new makeup time. Let's just say that. And Mothership 1, 2, and 3 are like the staples, the beginning of something really big. And currently we're at Mothership 11 that came with a lot of controversies and a lot of, let's say, opinions. Let's say opinions. I myself do own at the moment 15 Pat McGrath eyeshadow palettes. I have Mothership 5 to 11. I have all three of the big Mothership Megas that came out for the past 3 years for the holidays. I do have one quad from last year. I think it's the Bronze Bliss. I think it is Bronze Bliss. And all four of the, no, it's not quad. It's those quins, the longer 5 pans. And I have all four of this year's 5-pan palette. For today's look, I was kind of struggling then what to use. I had the idea to maybe do a palette bingo, but spoiler for January, we will start palette bingo videos next year, so I keep that for that. So I thought I want to use my lowest rated Pat McGrath palette, which is Mothership. Oh, open up. Oh, what the fuck? Which is Mothership 11. This is my worst rated Pat McGrath palette, and I gave it an honorable mention on the best Christmas palettes video because it is a Christmas color story in my opinion, and you can say what you want. It's a pretty color story though. The problem with this palette lay somewhere else, but we are going to talk about this too. So let's dig into Mothership 11 for this look, and let me tell you something about the person, because about the brand there's actually not so much to tell besides a few controversies. And I'm starting my look by going into, which one? Oh, the nude rose shade is it. Pat McGrath is not only the brand name, or the brand name is Pat McGrath Labs if we're honest. The person behind the brand is Patricia N. McGrath. And what I didn't know until I started to research, she is a DBE. This is a like British title that you get from the like the King's house, the Queen's house, whatever. And she's actually the first makeup artist that became Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire. I don't know why, like if there is kind of a database where I can research why people got this title from the royal government thingy, please let me know, because I was not able to find out, or I simply didn't look deep enough. But I think there are other experts out there who can maybe tell why she is the only makeup artist that is a DBE. I mean, don't get me wrong, please. This is not a critique. I think this is a fantastic thing. I think this is an absolute amazing thing that she got this royal title going on, this DBE thing. It's such an honor. But at the same time, I'm like, every other British actor has one of those titles. I'm sorry if I say that like that, but it is what it is. Into Sienna Mystique in the crease, more precisely, to bring a more brownish vibe in. I think I did a Mothership ranking a few months ago, but I will do an updated one ranking next year, because I have actually 2 packages coming in. By the moment you see this video, one definitely has arrived, the other one I don't know, because I was able to grab Mothership 1, 2, 3 and 4 from friends who didn't like them. We just swapped a bit of makeup, and I gave them something of my collection, and one friend sends me Mothership 1, 2, 3, and the other friend sends me Mothership 4. After that, actually, the Mothership collection is complete. And I know this is so dumb, but it's like, it kind of soothes me a bit, because it always bothered me that my Mothership collection, even though I have really critical things to say about the brand, starts at Mothership 5. I used to have Mothership 3, but I decluttered it last year, or this year even, I don't know. But I want to give it another shot. And I'm now going into Extreme Vermilion Dusk, which is a very, very red-based brown. And I apply this in this outer V area, and of course a bit into the crease. Patricia and McGrath does not have any education in cosmetics or makeup or whatever, which, to be honest, this is very, very fascinating, and I didn't know that. She has a college degree in art and design that she got at 17 from the Northampton College for Art and Design, I think is the name. Yeah, it is. And after that, she moved to London, and she worked for the ID magazine together with, I think it was a photographer. I forgot to write down his name. But if you have watched my other brand reviews and brand history things, the first one that I did of this kind of videos was about Isamaya Beauty. And Isamaya, a French, started her career by face painting people, but then went also to the ID magazine. So it's like, is ID magazine kind of this hidden treasure where the most amazing makeup artists are formed? I don't fucking know. But throughout this position, she got, of course, into contact with other important people, with other makeup artists, with photographers. And that's just door opening in this whole business. I mean, you can say, oh my God, I have this education, I have a degree from this college, but especially in the makeup world, it's all about talking. It's about networking and just knowing people. And then they will call you for a shot. They will call you for a job, for whatever. At least this is the vibe that I got from researching for all of those brands. One of the items that I just don't know what to do with is the Pat McGrath Intensifies Artistry wand. This is like a Vaseline stick, and it is supposed to make your shades like apply better and pop more, you know. The thing is just, when I apply this directly to the eyes, immediately creasing. So let's try something else, because someone recommended in a, I don't even know what kind of video it was, but they recommended I should try it to apply like I would apply my glitter glue, and that is with a brush. So let me just grab a nice brush, and then I just take something on that brush and I apply it like this to the face, or to the eyes. My friend Sam from the makeup channel Glam by Sam, I know that she uses this too, and we had a conversation a couple of months ago about this. And she loves it. She loves this artistry wand, and she swears by it and is like, yeah, this definitely changes the way the shadows apply. And I'm just sitting over here and being like, no. But that's how people are. Makeup is so personal for everybody. So I'm happy that this works for her, but hopefully it will now work for me. The good thing is when you apply it with a brush, I have it now stuck to the brush, which helps to apply the shades better. If you're not aware with Mothership palettes, they all have the same design. So this first 6-pan palette that you have here usually contains 1, 2, or 3 matte eyeshadows. I think there are other Motherships where you have only 1. Most of them have 2, and it's quite new that you have 3 of the mattes. And then you have 3 metallic shades, or 5 or 6, depending. You know what I mean. The quad here on the outside are usually the Pat McGrath special shades. And here is where somewhat of my critical comments come in about this palette, because the special shades in Mothership 1 up to Mothership 9 were baked. Baked shadows are basically just in a liquid format with somewhat of a binding component, but a very thick cream more so. and they get baked into heat to form a solid surface. They look different, they're usually kind of doughy. Since Mothership 10, we don't get them anymore. We only get pressed shadows, which is actually a bummer because all of these palettes still retail for over 120 bucks. So I'm now tapping into Blitz Crimson Ecstasy. It's so flaky. I want to have my baked special shades back. But I apply this now on the face. And I immediately got fallout because of the flakes. The shade is pretty, what should I say? But it just applies like shit because it's too flaky. It's like, it's bad indie flaky quality. But let me try something else. I take some Fix Plus and just spray it a bit. Should help. And now apply this on the other eye. Definitely better with some Fix Plus, but still not perfect. Oh boy. And that Artistry one did nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'm now going into Astra Gilded Aura. Same flaky vibe. And I tap this here on the inside. It should apply better because I feel like I have more of the Artistry wand here. Oh, it does, but still shit. I have to admit though that this shade is a bit better in formulation than the Crimson shade because it's a bit thinner in texture. But it's still shit. And I don't know why I have kept this for so long. I got it last year together in a bundle with Mothership 10 and it's just such a bullshit product. Okay, since there is no cream bronzer from Pat McGrath, I applied my Makeup by Mario one, and now I'm going in with some of the blush bombs that she released this year. When I first tried them, I was not really a fan, but since I do this technique, like I take a very dome fluffy brush, swipe it across the stick, and then just pat and swipe on the face, I like them. I even ranked them super high in my blush ranking. Don't know if it's up yet, not sure. And I got sent all shades, like there are 6 of them, and they out of accident sent me, but I only have 4 because 2 of them I decluttered since they were just not my vibe. What actually is my vibe are these dual-ended highlighter sticks, and I think, yeah, let's use this one. This is from the blush line in Cyber Lotus. So you basically have a colored highlighter on one side and a balm on the other. I love them. They're so good. And Cyber Lotus is very different from the others because this has a pink base, but a lot of holographic glitter to it actually, which is quite special for Pat McGrath. And I like to apply the colored first, and then I go over it with the balm just to intensify it and just blend it out a bit with a stippling brush. You can apply these with your finger, but you know how I am. I hate applying makeup with fingers. The Pat McGrath Under Eye Setting Powder is a staple, but I don't have it currently, so I can't use it. But I have used up one during this year in a project pen, and the friend actually who sends me the 3 motherships is also sending me her only once touched under eye setting powder because it is too dry for her, but I love it. So let's finish the eyes now, and I'm going into this, what's it called? Extreme Vermilion Dusk again. And I smudge that on this outer part. The product that I really enjoy from Pat McGrath that I didn't even think I do are her liquid eyeshadows. I have the whole range, I think it's 8 shades, and I'm using the Smoldering Seduction shade today. This is so freaking pretty. They are really, really good. All of these shades are stunning. And since I'm not applying them on the lid, I just take a tiny pencil brush, work it a bit in, and then I smudge this starting from the center, bringing it inwards to the inner corner. So just a little roundup of the career of Pat McGrath herself. 1997, she got announced the creative director at Aveda. Don't know that brand. 1998 actually for Shiseido, and 1999 she was the global color creative design director for L'Oreal and the global creative director for Armani Cosmetics. In 2004 she was the director for Procter & Gamble, the beauty division, and she actually curated the makeup line for Dolce & Gabbana, which was actually quite bad if I remember right, and Max Factor and CoverGirl. I mean, the CoverGirl makeup that was designed basically by Pat McGrath has a really, really high opinion in the community. 2017, she was the chef editor for Vogue Beauty, and actually between that, like her last position, and 2017, she founded Pat McGrath Labs in 2015, and already 4 years after that, so in 2019, the worth of the brand, it was over $1 billion. Like, they skyrocketed. In general, Pat McGrath herself just got so many awards. For example, 2004 the award for Fashion Creator by the British Fashion Council, 2013 Mode Innovator of the Year, like Fashion Innovator of the Year for the Wall Street Journal. 2014 she was announced the member of the Order of the British Empire. 2017 again Fashion Innovator of the Year. In 2017, she also got the Isabella Blow Award for Fashion Creator, the Founders Award. Then in 2019, she won the award for Most Influential People from the Time magazine. And in 2021, she got announced what's it called? Oh, here, the Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire. So the person, Patricia Ann McGrath, has a very interesting history. So the question is now, what is happening to the brand? And I don't want to mess up my inner corner highlights, so I take the tinsiest amount of glitter glue now on a small brush and I apply this on the inner corner part and wherever I want to apply now my inner corner highlight because I don't want to fuck up. And I'm tapping into Astral Pink Fetish. Same formulation as the crimson shade, but not as flaky since I have glitter glue on the brush now. I apply this here in that inner corner, bring it a bit down, and in the crease, you know what it is. So the first motherships that just came completely changed the makeup world. I have to admit that by the time they were released, I never heard about the brand Pat McGrath. So I actually heard about motherships and in general Pat McGrath, the brand, 2 years ago in 2021 when I really got into beauty community. The first mothership that I ever tried was Mothership 7, Divine Rose, and I fell in love head over heels and I started to buy all the other motherships, some of them even used from eBay because they were not available anywhere else, and I'm really happy with them. We do have a slight downfall in my opinion since Mothership 10 because she got rid of the special shades, and with Mothership 11 we even have something worse. I mean, you can't see the whole back because I do cut out the shades and glue it to the back because I cannot keep the cardboard all the time. This golden thing here used to be a metal plate. Now it's a golden sticker. It's not the metal plate anymore, and just keep in mind that these palettes do retail for over 120 euro. So Pat McGrath is a luxury brand that is currently drugstoring its way down when it comes to packaging, because in my opinion, when you buy luxury prices or when you pay luxury prices like that, I personally do expect luxury packaging. I'm sorry, but that is part just of the experience. And Mothership 11, I think is just the top of the cake because Star Wars. In 2023, Pat McGrath released a second Star Wars collection. The first one was a banger. I think it sold out in like, I don't know, 15 minutes or something like that. At least that is what the rumors are telling me on the internet. And they were so fucking popular. So people, of course, lost their mind when Pat McGrath announced a second Star Wars collab. But the problem is that this time, instead of creating a new beautiful 6-pan palette, she took Mothership 6, placed a Star Wars sticker on top, and said, this is now a Star Wars palette. What the fuck? She also had 4 matching 5-pan palettes and I tried one of them and I was so fucking disappointed because this was really bullshit. Also this year the brand came out with powder bronzers, which in my opinion is way too late to the party. They are very good, and I think in my ranking I gave them a very good review, and in general they have so amazing reviews, but it's just too late. The bronzer hype, let me grab a brush. The bronzer hype, in my opinion, is kind of over. And if she would have came out with these, I don't know, 2 years earlier, that would be a fucking banger. They would rule the freaking party. But I feel like since she was so late to the party with these bronzer, they kind of got buried into all the other releases, and they do not get the recognition they actually deserve because they are so good. Pat McGrath blushes, in my opinion, are also, besides the motherships, the product that get the most hype. I don't have single blushes of her. I do have one palette. This is from last year, and they have a nice formulation, don't get me wrong, but it's nothing that makes me lose my freaking mind. So this is the Divine Blush and Glow Cheek palette in the shade Divine Rose, and you have 4 blushes and the highlighter, but we won't use that highlighter today. I do have a single one in my collection. But for the blush, you know what? I'm taking this one. This is Divine Rose. And I think that's also a good point to talk about Divine Rose. We have a Mothership Divine Rose. We have a Mothership Divine Rose 2. And then we have a Mothership 9 and 10 and 11 that basically all look like variations of Divine Rose. The last really special Mothership used to be Mothership 6 with the blues, the golds, the intensities, and of course the first ones. But since then, all the color stories are mainly like this. Some pink, some brown, some neutral, a lot of warmth. People are craving the creativity, and that is part of the controversy that got along with Mothership 11, because people were just expecting, listen to your fucking customers. We are sick of the warm pinks, golds, and neutrals. Give us something like Mothership 1, where it had this beautiful blue. Mothership 2, I think, was the one with the green. Beautiful shades. For the highlight, I'm using the Skin Fetish Divine Glow highlighter, and this is the shade Lunar Allure. I mean, look at this. And besides the big Mothership palettes, she also has quads, but those quads, oh boy, they retail for 60 bucks or 50, something like that. And well, they're quads, they have only 4 shades, but it's like half the price of a Mothership, but you only get less than half of the shades in there. I used to have one Blitz quad where you had 4 of the special shades, decluttered it because they all kind of look the same. And then I also had the Passion Fleur quad from the blush line, decluttered it, not my vibe. So along with the Mothership scandal, there was also a social media scandal going on that actually affected me too, because I left some nice, not rude, critical comments about the color story. Do you know what happened? The social media team deleted it. Not only mine, they deleted a lot of comments because they just try to, I don't like, suppress critical comments on their social media. If you go to their posts, you only have positive comments, which is never a good thing. It's a big red flag. So I actually don't have lip liners. Does she even have lip liners? Yeah, I think the Permagel ones. Or lipsticks from Pat McGrath, but I do have 2 glosses. These are both like holographic glosses, and I will use the blue today. And I even had to go in with the crimson shade again because it broke on my eye. Like, it flaked off my fucking eye. It's just, I don't get this brand sometimes with her formulations. The gloss though, these are nice. I used to have colored ones. They were really bad. I don't know if you can even tell the blue shift, but I personally like it. Honorable mention, didn't use it today, the Pat McGrath Permagel Black Pencil. This is the best pencil on the market. I think for next year, I would buy a Mothership 12 just for collector's reason, because then I have the full collection sitting here. But I wish that, first of all, we will get a kind of different vibe color story, like something cool toned, maybe with something green in it. Do a very complimentary thing. Just go back to art and step away from best-selling business, you know, from the safe space. This is what your customers want. But in general, I have a bit of a bitter taste with the brand still because of this comment deleting thing, which in my opinion is just unacceptable for a brand. This is so unprofessional. It's not Pat McGrath who's deleting the comments, it's their social media team. So still try to separate the products from the social media team. You know, it's a problem, yes. I was affected, yes. Can I forgive them? Not yet. But I like most of the products. If you want to try them, never ever buy Pat McGrath on full price. She has on her website sales every other month. And I think in spring, in summer, and on Black Friday, it's even up to 40%. Never buy full price. No matter what you do, don't buy Pat McGrath full price or on sales on other websites. They have better sales on their website. And personally, I just heard about the shipping problems. I never experienced a shipping problem with Pat McGrath. I'm happy to pay €9 extra for express shipping, and usually my package gets kind of processed in like 2 to 3 days, depending on when you order, and then it's at my house 48 hours later. I never had problem. I know that other people, especially in the States, do experience this, but for me, outside the States, in Germany, I can't say anything bad about their shipping or their customer service. Never had bad experiences with that either. So what do you think? Did Pat McGrath, the brand, kind of fell out of the hype. What should they change for next year? Let us know down below. Don't forget to check out the info box and shit. Of course, you have to subscribe because we're in the middle of Ellamas and you get so many more videos at this point. So thank you for staying here. I hope I will see you tomorrow.